backbreaker for people. If you overextend, but you can't ignore it. The other thing about it is, like, we've seen teams get themselves back into games by just trading time up top and getting enough time down low, to win a series or to win a game. So right now, what Classic needs to do is they need to play the way they played that last series, the second half of the game. They need somebody to be leading the charge, be that Slayer, be that guy who's providing cover fire while they rack up time. Because as Scott said, Final Boss still has that setup team mentality, even though they're playing a little bit more aggressively this event.
And I have to say, I am totally impressed with Classic in the start of this game. It's the exact opposite of what we saw against Instinct. They got up top. They got all the power weapons. Ghost Yami opened this game up with a 7-kill spree, and they have a 27-8 lead to show for it. And the best part is, Tizoxic is down low. He was actually getting hill time, and I was about to praise Classic for being able to stay alive up top, but Fear itself have a big double kill there, Scott. I need water. I can't talk.
Well, it's pretty exciting up here. But you know what? Again, the thing about it is, like, you can't get too down on yourself. This is a long game. This is a grinded out game type. We're not used to seeing a team get out ahead as far as we saw Instinct get out ahead against Classic last time. Typically, you'll see 20 to 30-second chunks of time being traded back and forth. So what you need to do is you really need to temper yourself. You need to plan out your hills. Where are you going to make your push in relation to power weapons and to power-ups? When are you going to extend yourself? We've seen teams give up time while they're waiting for rockets or overshield. So the beginning of these games is really a little bit of a chess match in terms of what a team is willing to do in order to get themselves set up towards the end of the game when there's less and less time to be had.
And we're jumping on board with Soldier 187. He had the overshield down low, picked it up right at, looked like 12:58, so that'll be the next one coming up at 10:58. And then he was able to come up the close lift, picked up 2 kills in lobby, and now we have Classic with complete top control. You see Tizoxic sitting in that hill. Ghost is watching back, open gold side, and we just had Chig taken out on close street. Final Boss now coming up the lifts. They just came up open, and all of lobby was open for them to come up. Scott, what is Classic doing?
Well, one of Classic's members died, but then Soldier 187 got the call out from Ghost saying there was a guy in Sword, so he wanted to go to underneath rockets so that way Ghost could help him out. But instead, he got shot from close street and was taken out by whoever it was in Sword.
All right, well, we have Tizoxic picking up a double kill. He is going to save the day for the team there. That big double kill is going to scare all Final Boss back to the bottom, and now you see them with a great setup. You have Soldier actually watching the closed purple, and the open purple is watched as well. So Victory X, Fear itself coming out of Sword. Soldier doing damage to both players. Meanwhile, that bought Chig enough time to grab these rockets. He has no shield, and he's going up against Fear. And he jumps off the purple, somehow staying alive, and the rockets are going to go up close. Is there anyone to catch him? No, it looks like no one is over there. So the first player to get the closed purple is going to have a treat for him. But it looks like all 8 players right now fighting for that hill. And it looks like Fear itself finally making that move. Let's switch over to Fear and see what he does with these rockets. He's going to pick up the kill on Soldier 187. The score 81 and growing to 19. Final Boss really not taking advantage of the hill time here.
Yeah, they've got, again, the thing you don't want to do is let that other team get too far out ahead because, there's only so many hills to grab time in. I mean, we still have 11 minutes or so left in this game, so there's plenty of time. But before you know it, they're going to be scrapping for time. You don't want to put yourself in a situation where there just aren't enough hills left for you to regain the lead. And
we have to give props to Soldier 187. He was right back down there to time that overshield. He's got to look out for the rockets, though. Fear itself is hunting him, and a great use of that rocket takes down all of Soldier 187's overshield, then picked up the assassination for the killing spree, and he's not done shooting. There's Ghost, and there's another kill. He's on a 6-kill spree. Final Boss starting to heat up, and so is Victory X. He just got a double kill down low, and now he's in the hill.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say, Puckett. And while all this is going on, they're getting time. They're starting to claw away at that lead. That's exactly what they need to do.
So Fear firing down on Soldier. Victory is going to clean that one up. And here's that duo you were talking about, Scott. Even though Fear's up top and Victory's down low, they're still working together.
They still work. That actually works out better because then Victory X can tell him if he airs up the purples, and then Fear itself always has his help down low. So it's actually better to do that.
And we just switched over to Tizoxic. He has a difficult name. And he's coming up the main ramp, and Tots is just staring at him in the hill. Tizoxic having to back down. Final Boss, I love how scrappy they are right now. And you'll notice the player doing it. First it was Victory, but now it's Tots.
Yeah, again, Classic just can't get Final Boss out of the hill.
And while Tots is going to be taken down, Ogre 2 stepped in that hill for a minute. And now he's going to charge O2, scare off a few players, and just as Ogre 2 left, Victory stepped in. These guys have been working on their objective game types in the offseason, guys.
Yeah, without it. It looks like they're cycling guys into the hill. Whoever's got a couple of shots on him is in the hill, then he's replaced by somebody else who helps him clean up kills. They're just, they've gotten themselves right back into this game. And also, more importantly, they've gotten their confidence level back. So now Classic got off that early lead, and if Final Boss had let them get too far out ahead, then they're going to be scrapping. They're going to have to change their play style. And luckily, for Final Boss, they're able to get themselves a little bit closer to avoid that.
And now with Instinct, when we were watching them earlier, they all seem to be charging you at once. Final Boss, their tendency seems to be more of the bait and switch, Scott.
Yeah, the bait and switch actually works out a lot better in my opinion. When I played, I always preferred the bait and switch. When you run together, it kind of gets a little chaotic, but the bait and switch, it takes a lot of communication is the thing. Like, I got you, your shields are low, just step back. So if you have the communication for it, definitely go with the bait and switch.
And Soldier 187 right now